Today will be the first day of breathing together. Picture I'll be by your side. Let all the pictures tell us who we are.
There's no need to waste our energy. Come tomorrow, the water will recede and the path will reappear. I found this place earlier when I was wandering around the island searching for materials. As I was walking here, I noticed that some dead fish and seaweed had washed up halfway along the pathway. I looked into it, and this phenomenon is referred to as high and low tide. Look at those rock walls. See those watermarks? That's as high as the water level will get. So get a hold of yourself and come sit down. Your energy is making me nervous. How could I not be? Since I know nothing will happen. Now come and sit down. Aren't you cold? Come closer. Are you feeling uncomfortable? Then come sit closer. I'll make us some tea. Yes. I thought it would be nice to have a cup of tea while taking in the ocean view. So I brought some from the Ark. I made it a while back, so the flavor may have suffered slightly, but I think you'll still find it satisfactory. Here, try some. Is it good? It may not be the fanciest of setups, but this isn't a half-bad way to drink it. The most important thing is that it's nice to be somewhere where it's just you and me. I won't be forgetting this anytime soon. Stay still for a moment. You had some seaweed on you. We're definitely by the ocean, there's no doubt about that. By all means. What do you mean? Yes? Uh-huh. Anything else? We can take it further. We should. Right now, it's just you and me. It's as if we're the only two people left in the entire world. No prying eyes or ears at all. So, I'm going to do precisely what my heart tells me to.
Engaging the enemy.
Let's get a few more hits in! Well, we won! Oh, happy day, Commander! They say the sea is particularly beautiful at night. I'd love for you to take a moonlit stroll with me. It's bright out. That's a relief. Why don't we go for a little walk? Give me your hand. You have such big hands. You're quite tall as well. And you have nice broad shoulders. Such a masculine body. I never noticed how attractive you are. Which part of me do you find beautiful? It's quite a thrill declaring these things that I normally wouldn't dare say out loud. Now, if you would, please answer my question. What is it about me that you find so beautiful? Is that so? I see that you appreciate a person's inner beauty. Of course, I imagine you have more base thoughts as well, but I appreciate that you can operate on a deeper level. It's a bit embarrassing hearing someone compliment me like this. You don't look embarrassed at all, though. Apparently, you must be used to being given compliments. Something has been weighing on my mind these past few days. Whether you can truly be mine, and mine alone. I know that you're destined for great things, and your entire life can't revolve around me. I understand that. But this, here, it belongs to me, and no one else. Remember that.
That's what I'm talking about! Performing reload sequence.
Yes. I've wanted to do this for a long time. All my life, I've never had the need to create anything. That's why I've been so intrigued by the notion of building a sandcastle. Even if you fail, you can always try again. You can always rebuild it. It's quite forgiving for someone who's a beginner like me. How about the Semekai Mansion? You never know until you try. I know that place inside and out, like the back of my hand. Theoretically speaking, it should be the perfect starting point for me. Shall we give it a try? It's all about attention to detail and patience. In fact, I think there are some similarities to the process of brewing tea. Would you like to try? Here, come sit behind me. Let me guide your hands and teach you. There's no need to rush. Take it nice and slow, as if you're caressing the sand with your fingertips. You're doing well. Let's try making a gap here. You're doing well. Let's continue. That's right. Yes. The previous head of Semekai was my father. I inherited it all from him. Ever since I was young, long before I became a Nikke, I grew up within the organization. I had want for nothing, and had a peaceful childhood, free of any difficulties. To me, the organization represented the entire world. A perfect world, prepared for me. I knew we were involved in activities that were frowned upon, but that was just one small part of a bigger world. However, there inevitably came a time when that world was shattered. My father fell ill with a terrible disease. Something not even the technology in the Ark could cure. Unsurprisingly, chaos ensued regarding who would be his successor. It felt as if outsiders were invading and crossing our boundaries. The organization was being targeted both from the inside and out. That's when my once pristine world became tainted. My father had arranged everything, except for a proper successor. He had sired many children, but they knew little of what was going on, and they paid for it with their own lives. I didn't want to ruin the world my father had built. But I was just a weak little girl. I didn't stand a chance of holding back those invaders who had breached our walls with weapons in hand. So, I had to become a weapon myself. On the day my father's eyes closed for the last time, I decided to become a Nikke by my own hand.
I'm trembling. Go to hell, scary monsters. Performing reload sequence. Oh, that was easy.
It wasn't that difficult. All I had to do was thrust the silver dagger that I had into my chest. Things got easier after that. No one was more familiar with this world than I. I knew I was capable of outsmarting the intruders. Now that I had a body that would never deteriorate or tire, it would be easier. Even the subordinates who had served my father remained and swore loyalty to me. My world was safe and would live on. After becoming the head of the organization, I took in my surroundings and saw that everything had been neatly arranged for me beforehand. Loyal subordinates, a luxurious mansion, influence in the underworld, the organization's prestige. I didn't have to lift a finger. There was nothing left for me to desire, for I already had everything. I was the organization, and the organization was me. None. The organization exists for me, and I exist for the organization. It was an entire world of my own, isolated from everything and everyone else. However, far from that being a point of contention, I found it incredibly satisfying. Yes. I feel the desire to bring you into my world, but I know it is impossible. You would only end up destroying it. I'm part of a criminal organization. You are an aspiring go-getter working for the central government, the future savior of the Ark. Us being together doesn't make any sense. It's a matter of origin. I've gone to the dark side, and you're out there in the light. No, perhaps there is some gray to you. That's why I can't stop myself from desiring you. If you were entirely on the good side of things, I could have suppressed my feelings. Sometimes I think, since you live in a world of gray, perhaps there is a chance of you coming to the dark. But then there are other days when I think there's no chance of that happening. That's why I keep wavering. Should I set my world afire for your sake? You always say what I want to hear. You know this is an impossible situation. It's outlandish enough to the point where I've taken to believing in superstitions involving pink dolphins. I want to acquire the object of my desire without making any real changes to my life. Secretly, I desire you. But in the end, superstitions are just that, and nothing more. Even so, I'm wavering. I'm willing to do anything to have you. I would even turn my back on the organization. But I must be patient. I must wait for the day when I find a way to have you and the organization both. I'm only satisfied when I can have everything I want. Call it a personal flaw. So please, wait for me. Stay where you are, like a beautiful photo. Someday, when I am certain I can have everything I want on my own terms, I will take you as mine. Until then, I will not waver. The moon is beautiful. The night is still long. Spend a bit more time with me, please.
Kneel before my mighty firepower! Primo! With all this modern technology, you wouldn't think they're obsolete. Primo, cover me! This battle's finished. Moving on.
Did you find it?
Find what?
The way to that island.
There's only one pathway.
Really? Can you take the boat?
It's no use. The water's too shallow. We'd only end up tearing the bottom of the boat to shreds.
So you're just gonna sit here? Honey's out there with Sakura.
So, do you have a plan?
What?
Say you do go out there and find them. What then? Do you think if you hinder them, they'll suddenly stop having feelings for each other? Putting obstacles in their path will only make them more determined. It will make their love stronger.
You say that, but you were all too excited to take that bait from Sakura.
I was just being spiteful. I couldn't stand the sight of them having fun together.
It's the same for me.
No, you're serious about trying to tear them apart. The ball is in their court now. The smartest thing you can do is stay out of it.
I don't understand. Are you saying that you're throwing in the towel? That's not like you.
You know me. I'll never give up. It's just that I'm confident.
About what?
That Mr. won't fall for her so easily. And even if he does, what of it? I'll just take him back.
But why allow it to happen in the first place? Why not just make him yours sooner?
You are really tenacious.
Say that again?
I said that you're awfully tenacious. You're over here seething because someone else likes him, when he's never been yours at any point. It must be exhausting going through life like that. Here's what I find particularly amusing. You wouldn't be losing your cool like this if you were confident about his feelings towards you. You are a rather avaricious one, aren't you? No wonder they call you Viper. If you're so desperate, try swimming. As for me, I'm going to have a drink and go to bed.
Wait,
I have nothing more to say to you.
I said wait.
You can say it as many times as you want. I'm done with you.
So you think I'm a joke, is that it? Okay. You probably consider me a lowly insect, scurrying about amongst the filth. Well, let me tell you something. You're no different. If anything, you're worse. You're scum.
What did you just say?
You heard me. Scum. Finally got your attention, did I? Must have hit a nerve.
What's gotten into you? Why are you picking a fight with me? I'm not your enemy here.
You're the one who started it.
What are you on about? I was only presenting you with the facts.
What a coincidence. So was I.
Watch your mouth. My patience has its limits.
Look at you, giving orders again. Do I work for you? Do you see everyone as your subordinate? You think just because I'm an informant in Outer Rim, I'm somehow beneath you? Let's be clear about one thing. I don't work for you. And you're no better than me.
Is that so? That's news to me. Thanks for enlightening me. Allow me to thank you. And show you just how inferior you are to me.
Too much shooting will make my arms sore. See? I made it. No enemies left standing. Exotic. The squad I'm associated with. The rank I was given in the world of the Ark. What I do is simple. I reside in the Outer Rim, the garbage dump where the Ark tosses all of its refuse. There, I gather all sorts of information and report it back to the central government. I do this to ensure nothing poses a threat to the Ark. I also conduct myself accordingly, so that the Outer Rim doesn't collapse upon itself. The Ark needs a garbage bin. The Outer Rim is a filthy collection of dim and dingy alleyways. I wander through these veritable gutters, trafficking information. Honesty and kindness have no place in my line of work. In this cesspool, people will stab you in your back for their own benefit without a moment's hesitation. I've done what I've had to do to survive. This was the lot in life which was assigned to me. I've deceived. I've spread rumors. I've betrayed others. And I survived. Until one day, people started calling me Viper. Underworld Queen came to the Outer Rim. They keep the unseemly elements in check. They're a dark force feared by all. But to me, they were resplendent. However, my admiration quickly turned into jealousy.
I knew it. It's obvious what you do.
Who do you think you are, turning your nose up at me? What's the difference between you and me, huh? We've both gotten our hands plenty dirty. So why did you get out while I'm still down there?
Because you chose to live the way you have. Don't say it was to survive. I've heard that pathetic excuse too many times. Anyone who managed to claw their way out of that hellhole would froth at the mouth if they heard you spew that line.
What am I supposed to do? Do you see this choker on my neck? Do you even know what this does? It's a shackle put on me by the central government. They give me impossible tasks, and if I don't do them, it will explode. Does that sound like I have a choice in the matter?
If it were me, I would cut it and die on my own terms.
That's easier said than done. You've never been thrown into a situation like this. That's why you can stand there and put on your holier-than-thou act. You've had everything handed to you.
I have everything? Do you think all that I have was given to me at birth?
At least you weren't thrown into the gutter with nothing like I was. It's not fair. You think this is the life I wanted? I never wanted to end up like this. The Ark is the only reason I've sunk this low. I can't stand it. Sometimes I just wish the Ark would disappear. Then everyone would be equal.
That's a dangerous thing to say.
Do you like the Ark? You must. You get to sip on nice wine, order your underlings around, and wear nice clothes. You can have anything you want. Learning how to drive a boat, surfing, those things are so far removed from my reality that it's not even funny. You can freely switch to a body for swimming as long as you wish. If you wanted, you could enjoy every single thing the Ark has to offer. As for me, all I have is this old, broken-down brick of a phone. All I can do is skim through outdated magazines and pretend that I know something. Anything.
Oh, give it a rest. You made your bed. But what have you done to get out of it? If you ask me, nothing. Let me ask you something. Why did you come here? Why are you so obsessed with taking photos? Are you planning on selling them off somewhere? What? You strike me as the kind of person who would do that thing. As for why I think that, you only have yourself to blame. I believe you had plenty of opportunities to get out, but you never took them.
So what if there were? I'm too busy trying to keep myself alive. I don't have time to dream of better things. Whereas you have nothing but time. You have so many opportunities and so much power. You think you've resigned yourself to living in the darkness? Fine. Then let me tell you what I see in you. You shine so bright. Too bright. I can't stand it. I want it all to come crashing down. Why can't I have that? Answer me. Why do you have everything while I have nothing? What's so different between you and me? If one small thing, one tiny event had transpired differently, I would have been where you're standing. You've got the nerve to call me tenacious? You, of all people. Why do I desire something when it's not even mine? It's because I don't have anything. Someone like you, who has everything, could never understand.
Your phone is broken.
This was the one thing I could call mine. And now it's broken. I shouldn't have come here.
Hey.
Don't. I can't stand it. They've taken everything from me.
Viper! Viper! I saw a big old jellyfish over there. Let's go check it out. It looks super cool. Hurry! Huh? Viper? Are you crying?
I'm not crying.
There. Don't cry, Viper. If you do that, I'll be sad too.
I told you, I'm not crying.
I'm raring to go.
It's so early in the morning and you're already so chipper. You look good. Looks like the fog is gone for good. The path should be accessible now. We should head back before the others make a scene. Before we go, let's enjoy this for a while longer. We might not get another chance like this for a while.
There you are.
Master, where have you been?
I heard something or another happened yesterday. Stranded? Aren't you being a bit dramatic? You were just off having a good time, that's all.
We're in the final stage and should be wrapping up soon. I'll report back to you when we're finished. Speaking of, we should get going.
Before we leave, could I talk to you for a second, Commander? You spent the night elsewhere, so I should check to see if you're okay. You too, Sakura. We're fine. Why don't you let me be the judge of that? You never know. There might be unknown germs buried in the sand. I should do a quick examination. Fine. You both seem fine. I don't see any issues other than both of your lips being a bit swollen. I'm not sure what could be causing that, but just be sure to apply lip balm and keep your lips moisturized. Yeah.
All right, now that everyone's here, let's head back. Where else? The Ark.
But we haven't taken any photos yet.
Then let's get a move on. There's no time to waste. I can't do this anymore. No matter how much fun we have here, we'll just be going back to our dreary, ordinary lives afterward. So what's the point? All that waits for us at the end of this is that familiar stench of blood. Yes, something did. Something that snapped me back to reality. Nothing especially noteworthy. Just a little spat.
Rosanna threw Viper to the ground and broke her phone. I saw it.
Hey, wait.
Viper's phone is toast. So she's refusing to come out of her room.
Huh?
She was crying too. Now she can't take any photos.
What's the use of taking all those stupid photos anyway?
Photos are important. That's what Viper said. Sure, we all have to head back to our ordinary lives and the responsibilities that come with that. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't do everything we can to enjoy the fun times. Take me, for example. I love meat, so I work hard in order to be able to eat more of it. Viper said that photos are like capturing a moment in time and freezing it. Even if she doesn't want to work tomorrow, or if she's having a tough day. None of that changes the good times that she's had before. That's why she said you've got to take a lot of photos. The more you take, the more memories you can look back on. Memories that are truly yours. That's why photos are so important.
Oh. Oh, for goodness sake. Everyone wait here. I'll go talk to her.
Oh, get it away. I don't need it. I don't need your pity.
The data chip should still be fine. Put it in my phone.
I said I don't need it.
Use it.
I said no.
When I was a human, I was a hitman for the organization. I killed a lot of people.
Why are you telling me this? Huh?
Just listen. I did unthinkable things to survive and to gain the boss's trust. Slowly, I was entrusted with more tasks, and that's how I established my position. The higher up the ladder I climbed, the more secure I felt, and the more certain I was that I had to keep doing these terrible things. The day I decided to wash my hands of it all, my body was perforated with bullet holes. My boss betrayed me. Somehow, they mistakenly got the idea that I was trying to overthrow them. That's how I became a Nikke. After becoming part of the Underworld Queen, what do you think was the first thing I did?
You went on a vendetta and wiped out your former organization?
That's right. And you know how I felt afterward?
I don't care.
I felt lonely. Isn't that funny? That place was my life. Even though it got messy in the end, it was the only life that I'd known. And now it had disappeared without a trace. I thought that could happen. I continued to erase the darkness of the Ark as the leader of Hedania. Then one day, I realized all I was doing was erasing everything, ensuring nothing was left behind.
What's your point?
I just wanted to say that. Anyway, use that phone.
I told you. I neither need nor want your pity.
Pity? You think I'm crazy enough to pity you? I know that you're just doing whatever you can do to survive. So I'm helping. An act of kindness with no strings attached isn't exactly common in our world, is it?
Why don't you have a nicer phone? Aren't you supposed to be loaded?
Just shut up and take it. I still find you disagreeable.
Same here.
You and I are not the same. Our starting points and our end points are different.
I realize that.
We'll probably never truly understand each other.
Probably not.
Still, that doesn't mean we can't take a photo together, does it?
There you go, treating me like an underling again.
Follow me. I'll teach you how to surf.
What?
I'll teach you how to sail as well. Come on.
I can't stand that woman.
Ugh, you idiot! With all this modern technology, you always seem so obstinate.
Cover. Performing reload sequence.
Oh, that was easy.